We sort of have an idea for what this is now, but just like the protagonist of a creepypasta, we cannot help but dive back in. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Shipwrecked 64. And I honestly cut that last video short. I spent a long time delving deep, but it wasn't until the final hour that I really started to find just what this is about. I have a feeling we're only scratching the surface. There was a lot we weren't able to tap into, and I have a lot of ideas. But in order to do that, we're gonna have to search this game both inside and out. Starting with the YouTube channel. See, I decided to go back into my history and see what channel the videos that we've seen are on. Most of them are unlisted. However, we do have this here. We watched Waterway demo, we unlocked it, well, in the Waterway. But there's a whole lot more to see. Most of them are pretty short, so let's just watch them here. Oh, and also there's a channel description. Never gonna forget you. Alright, let's try it out. Hey, I found a use for the music box. Turning it off so that we don't have to listen to that while we tab out and watch the videos. Oh, this is during the Stumbler minigame. It's like it's being recorded. Did you glitch out? Wolf Variant 2, my character ID is 9, I'm the optimistic. When writing lines, make them something. I can't read any of this, but this might be a clue on how to glitch out of the Stumbler minigame. One, two, three, four. Olive. In order to get this dialogue, we'll just have to see for ourselves.
Available now. Please leave your name and phone number after the beep. We will return your call.
You showed up at the door again. I don't know what to do. Something about assembly just felt wrong.
I just got jump scared by the ad. It's like a proto menu screen. And it has Olivia's last phone call playing in it. The dialogue, we're going to have to see it for ourselves to find out, but it told us the code. God, watching that from the perspective of that early digital camera, I guess uploaded by one of the devs, this is the official account, is almost like seeing the grainy images sent back from a drone exploring, well, a shipwreck. Okay, the rest of these videos are shorter, so we'll just take them one at a time. Look, it's still here and intact. JD, it's the guy who gives us the volcano run. What was that at the end there? For the love of twigs, I bet that's the end of the volcano run. It looks like a much larger boat with a sail. Next. There was like a reciprocal noise made, but presumably in the real world. It belches out a song when the end comes. God, those sounds. Just hearing that vague, faint impression, it's like a barely recalled memory. Okay, this is fascinating, really. But I'm just trying to take down whatever I can. There's definitely a treasure trove of hints in this. Okay, it's concept art being brought to life. The boat's sail was originally supposed to have a skull on it. We've already seen the concept art document, though. And we can get the rest from you. Crash. This is also in the waterway level. Maybe this hints at something we can do? You seem nervous, and the lights aren't going out, though. If you hop out in front of the boat, you can walk in that water. But you gotta stop it at the right place. There's more. It just briefly showed horns in the boat with you. Can I just say this is so cool because it's a game with secrets that are meant to be difficult, almost impossible to discover on your own. And it has this out-of-game, yet still intuitive way to find this out. And yet, I feel like Ethan Hawke and Sinister are watching this right now. Like, I'm literally just sitting here at like 2:30 in the morning, hunched over my desk, getting these little bits and pieces. I feel like I should maybe download these videos. I feel like there's things in those just handful of frames. Did you see that? It's Olive. It's Olive Otter face down in the water. On screen for like 2 or 3 frames. That is, oh my god. It all always comes back to her. You're moving in the menu. Not very far for you to go, but it is something we can try. Discontent. This one also in the waterway. Okay, this we already found on our own. Can you get further than I did? Not really. I'm not looking forward to this next one. God. Presenting that as a song. Just a little more redundant.
Frank surmised that the length of a caret divided by its diameter was always an integer. Frank believed that the sun was a giant carrot seen from one end. Attempting to explain his theories to rabbits was hopeless. Rabbits are too stupid, and rabbits make no sound when they speak.
Don't let Stumbler hear you say that, but really all I can gather from that is that it's something to do with Stumbler. And maybe something to do with the in-game sun? Jail 1. We were given a code for a jail we can be sent to. Scrambled. Four, 1, 3, 2. Who's that peeking around the corner back there? Okay, so it was 7418, but you said it's scrambled. So the fourth digit is 8, the first is 7, then 3 is 1, then it would be 4. 8714. Okay, we'll keep that in mind. We'll keep that out. You hanging in there, Bucky? You know, one of you guys pointed something out, something which I noticed but didn't really pay much mind to. A lot of the time, it almost seems like you're ashamed to look head-on into the camera. At least that's what it feels like. I mean, we can get you to look straight on, but we have to really force it. Alright, we're not done with this YouTube channel yet, though. There's still one more. Misidentification, and this looks like live-action footage.
Are these the sounds of Bigfoot? Sightings received these sounds recorded in Ohio by Bigfoot researcher. The recording is part of an extensive surveillance project that is conducting in southern Ohio. Sightings will bring you more on the results of this investigation on a future edition of our program.
Are you saying that those things we call the suits, are maybe actually out there? Maybe even still, all these years later? Okay, well, somebody did make the Beaver Scratch translator. And, you know, like I said last time, it may be against the spirit of the game. However, I don't fully understand the cipher myself. I know that these things are each one letter off from their actual intended letter, but, you know, I think a big part of this is using the bridges built by the community. It works. According to the radio, the photographs that were captured were, for a long time, thought to be Bigfoot. The photos were grainy and had no color, creating some interesting results. However, later on, this was directly conflicted by a second batch of photos. Bigfoot is brown. He's not a dull blue. No, but our lot vandal is. Due to the visible separations where the hands and arms meet, these photographs were concluded to be a hoax. A man named Jarvis informed the station that day that he and his own crew were going to investigate it. It's not Bigfoot, but there's no real way something with these mannerisms can be human. For the love of twigs, 8439... You can stop time. B time equals true, maybe? I'm just going back and looking at the descriptions to see if there's anything I missed. Okay. 8439. Alright, you can come back. We've got a lot to do. We had unlocked a tremendous amount last time we were there, but instead of continuing, we're going to start a new game. We're going to start a new game in 97. This is a clean slate, so nothing's open yet. But one of the things I'm most excited to try is one of the things that's been taunting me for the longest. And that's the keypad over here, which I'm pretty sure with our cipher guide, we can now solve. I immediately thought of it when we found it. So in order to do that, we're going to have to jump through the little gap hidden over here. Yep. Blue, red, green, green, Okay, blue, red, green, green. So if we look at our little guide here, 3899. If I'm right about this. And we can apply this elsewhere as well. It's like learning a language. 3899? Yes! And we unlock a new one. Wait, I didn't pay attention to this last time because I wasn't really thinking about like the greater channel or what they could be connected to. But this EB cogware, that's a separate channel. And the video's unlisted. So I'm gonna open a new tab for that, but first let's watch this. My Studiogrounds vacation. Recently we got to go to Studiogrounds to celebrate my 13th birthday. It had always been my dream to come here, ever since I saw the ads on TV. And it's even using that stock music. We arrived at our hotel later at night, knowing that blah blah blah, we were in for a world of fun. The sights and smells had me in such a good mood throughout the visit. And finally, we went to go and sleep, so when we wake up, we can go and spend the day in the park. It's morning, let's go. The poster of Walter the Walrus. And the image of Olive Otter. These documents, they're both from here. I was having so much fun. And it was only 1 p.m. We still got the entire day ahead of us. But my mom wanted to stop by the Frontier Street Museum for a while. Boring. Some audio played over the speakers, which was kinda cool. No sound though. No, there is sound. I wish I could shut up the application. But it sounds like somebody yelling over the speaker. Okay, what about you? There are more videos here to see. There are more. Okay, but we'll come back to that in a little bit. Alright, I'll have you next. It really feels like we're not only following in the community's footsteps, but in our own. I actually do think it's striking a pretty decent balance here, where there's actually a lot you can figure out for yourself. It's not totally community-oriented, but there are certain things, certain sticking points that do need to be built up behind the scenes. So as far as I know, as long as that mirror is there, which it should be now, we should be able to walk through here. Olive will not follow. And we can try out our new code. Still not sure who this represents. I don't know if that's a face that we maybe saw. Where's that door? Didn't there used to be a door back here? We can come back here and fall out of the map and die and respawn. The mirror is here. The mirror is here, but for the first time, the door isn't. Whoops, guess we're both not great at finding things. That's okay, we can always go again. No hard feelings. Remember to check everything. No stone unturned. You keep repeating that. You just keep on repeating that. The game itself keeps encouraging me to find more. That's the interesting thing. Well, that's not entirely true. There's competing voices. Olivia keeps encouraging me to find more. The game itself keeps encouraging me to find more. Bucky wants me to go back. Bucky doesn't want to do any of this. Not here. Why not? And Alt F4 out of that, and now I'm trying to see... Now the door's back, okay. So maybe it's because we did the woods minigame first? Okay, B time equals true. What do we have for that? 8439? Yes. Time will no longer flow. B time equals true. Did we just switch it to false? Unless it was false and we flipped it to true either way. Bazinga. You know, thank you, community. Thank you for always helping me out. My tabs are insane right now. You know what? Me too. Me too. Yep, we flipped it to false. We still need to fail these minigames, though. If we beat the absolute heck out of you, what happens when we get back? 1 p.m. And there it shall stay. You know what? Let's go see the others. Let's unlock new areas. I'm getting distracted because some of these things are contradictory, but we have to try them all. This is the exact opposite of the problem I usually have, where I just have so many leads that I'm paralyzed by what to do next. I mean, we've got at least 2 more locked doors to open by failing these guys' minigames. Plus, there's everything we've learned from the videos, plus the ciphers. We unlocked, like, basically a treasure trove the first time we failed a minigame, and as some of you pointed out, that is something of a major hurdle for new-time players to get through. But whatever, we're here now. Alright, let's burn down a kitchen. Come on, which of you is gonna burn first? I welcome it. Oh, there's not enough ceiling space for me to stand on top of you. What a shame. Just seeing if there's anywhere I can get out in the meantime. Kaboom. The sound of a door slamming whenever we fail a minigame, that's something that I have noticed, and it's not just Olivia's. By the way, it's interesting to note that since your dialogue is changing, you don't actually tell us what to do until the second time. There is some clipping on the surface, yes! Okay, no. We just blew everything up, but there is a hidden area. I just looked and realized, okay, no, it seems normal for there to be clipping textures until you remember what this game is and realize that, no, you absolutely should investigate that. Sometimes I have to... That's the thing, this game is so good at being a false old game that sometimes I have to... You didn't have to do that. Oh my god. How about we do that one more time? What took you so long? It's the same dialogue, but now much, much angrier. I've never seen more earned jump scares. It's just all going off immediately. It gets harder each time. I could hardly make out what I was looking at, but was that based off of like an actual kitchen fire that ended up inspiring the minigame? We've been on a black screen for a long time. Okay, 1 p.m., but you're gone. As is the wolf. I'm sorry, that really genuinely got me so bad. I guess you get so engrossed in the mystery that you forget that it's a horror game sometimes. And it's really interesting. This happened with Olivia's too. We enter and it starts us off facing the door, like it wants us to just instinctively leave. We found our way to the restaurant where all this was being served. Can you imagine being one of the kids that found this on their own? There's a coconut right here. Cannot have it, though. The camera does change to accommodate us being up here. Actually, it looks like there's, look, a platform with a door. It's potentially going to be possible to get up there. This is overwhelming. There's a piece of something. Is that one of Stumbler's arms? You said you got into an altercation with some wolves and that's how it happened. But was our own friend maybe part of that? We don't want to fall into water. Not yet, anyway. That's what's making commentary so difficult on this one, is just simply the number of directions I'm being pulled in all at once. That's the cool thing about a creepy mystery, is that it's as engrossing for the mystery as for the horror. But I guess that's the whole appeal of ARGs, right? So that gets us up here. It's a bit disorienting because now it's more of a fixed camera. Green, red, blue. Is this meant to be a code? Green, red, blue, green? Oh, hey. It's another of you. There's always been one of you waiting here when we get here. Hi, Bucky. Here to observe the arts, I see? I respect that. Take a look around. Thank you very much. We found a hidden chill spot. There's a keypad here. And another in there. We've got to solve 2 codes in order to move on. And every one of these things is a potential code. Hello. Nice to see you around here. Isn't this place magnificent? Seriously, this art is beautiful. Trees drop coconuts, yes, or actually this looks more like throwing coconuts at trees. Some sort of drawing. This looks like some kind of wireframe for a model or something. A terrified looking olive. And what I recognize from Walter's section to be Olivia. More windmills back there. I'm really wondering what the significance is of windmills in this story. We can't blue skidoo into any of these, but this one right here looks like a side of the 2 rightmost figures in the portrait in the menu. It's So it's just a question of whether we'll be able to come back. Wait, we've been here. We've been exactly here. Wait, I bet if we come over here, there's a locked door and a tape player. And those locked doors each lead to the others unlocked areas. Like, it's a hub. It's a hub so that we can easily access all of them. There we go, we made it out. Oh, there's an invisible wall. I was really curious to go exploring those ruins. This one seems to be Stumbler and Wolf, who we know now are a team in seemingly trying to stop whatever this is. I'm wondering if maybe we can put this into the sequence of like a story. At the same time, there is a banner here, though, that also has those same colors. So what were those things? All right, red is 8, so that would be 8339. Look at that! What a pretty painting. Wait a minute. Wait, is that... Hang on, wait, are you going to tell me that that was really just a huge red herring? You filled this art gallery with things of these colors, and then it really was just the banner? Oh my god, okay, well, this one is not going to be as easy. All we know, I guess, is that the last in the sequence would be red? So something, something, something 8? I can still hear the music playing behind the wall here, like from the dining hall. God, it's so threatening. It just gives this whole thing a feeling of being unwelcome. I mean, I know this whole game is about feeling like you found something you weren't supposed to, and now you're almost marked as a result, but I don't know, there's just something I'm having a really difficult time qualifying about it. This game may earn its jump scares, but a lot of the time it just has this feeling of dread, like you're entering something that's been locked in stasis. Could it be that this is just reversed? Like if we do 8, is it 339? No. What if we just do 8888? Really? Really? Okay, so don't even note the sequence, just use all that's available. Okay, no, I spent so much time there I wasn't ready for this whiplash, hang on. That was mumbling.
Long ago, before many of us were born, a man named Rex was brought into the world. Born into a family that was relatively poor, he always strived to create. It was always his dream to become an artist. But up until the 1940s, his cartoons, both animated pictures and comics, had gone entirely under the radar. It was around then, though, that his first picture, Blot, took off. It was about a rabbit that Rex drew, which then proceeded to leap off the page. Utilizing real photographs of Rex's room, and with Rex himself being a character in the short, a foil to the loud protagonist, this show ended up selling out immediately, as folks were interested in the stunning mix of real life and animation. Rex would produce more films of the same nature, until eventually he was approached by a company who offered him the deal of a lifetime. Little did he know, this deal led to him selling off his character, as he was so quick to sign on, he didn't read very heavily into what he was signing into. To remedy this, he began to work on a replacement, and that is when Bucky Beaver and his friends were born. The popularity of Bucky not only went on to exceed plot, but Bucky went on to be one of the most recognizable cartoon characters in the late 60s, and his popularity only continued to skyrocket up until the 1990s. Somewhere in the 1980s, however, Bucky would go on to outlive his own creator, as Rex unfortunately had passed away due to unknown circumstances. Bucky, however, was more alive than ever, and as more characters joined the roster, like the bubbly Olive Otter, to the cowardly Walter Walrus, and the snappy Giovanni Goose, Bucky and the Broadside Animation Company as a whole only became a bigger household name. Studiogrounds was a theme park that was made in honor of Rex. As a kid, he always enjoyed theme parks. There was a merry-go-round at a local fair he would ride many times over in a day. The idea of Studiogrounds originally came into conception after a park known as Broadside Beach was created. This was the predecessor to Studiogrounds, and while it brought in great success and happy memories to many children and adults around the world, the travel to an island through a cruise ship was enough to turn away many potential visitors.
There is so much information in there. So the character of Bucky, and I guess later on his friends, had actually existed for decades prior to making this game.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, behind the stage, life could be the start of a bright new morning. For that, I'll need help from a very special guest. Everyone, put your hands together and make some noise for the one, the only.
Long ago, before many of us were born, a man named Rex was brought into the world. Born into a family
And it just
that was
loops.
relatively poor, he always
Of course, this would be the kind of game to make it so that you have to listen to it 5 times in order to get all the story.
But up until the 19... It was always his dream to become an artist. But up until the 19...
It'll continue to play throughout here.
both animated pictures and films.
It's a sketch of a rabbit, a proto-stumbler. This is Blot, Rex's first creation. Rex? Keep moving. You recognize your creator. And Studiogrounds wasn't just like the literal studio grounds of the animation studio. You're talking about a theme park, but one that's quite remote, one that was basically built for failure. Now, you didn't exactly go into how he didn't know what he was signing into. It basically launched his career, but presumably he wasn't happy with the circumstances. Frontier Street Museum. It's based on the one at the theme park that we saw in the video. Hey, Waffletail. What brings you down here? Meeting your maker, I'm guessing? Nice. Yeah, tell me about it. It's a snippet of a cartoon. Bucky's redesign. Midway through Bucky's lifespan, a redesign was in order. Huh. Could it be that you have some sort of like body dysphoria or dysmorphia as a result of a redesign? I hadn't even thought of that, but if a character were to have a life of their own, wouldn't they be unhappy about being changed without their consent? Construction Destruction. It's a title card of a cartoon. Construction Destruction. This cartoon had Bucky working on a dam. This didn't go well, however. What? You're Bucky the video game character, though. I mean, I had noted earlier that you don't look anything like the cartoon, don't look anything like the suit. There's more to it than that. Maybe you don't have complete memory of every phase of your existence. Now, who are you? This doesn't look like a cartoon. It's a photo of a man. This is Rex. Rex was the founder of Broadside Animation. Rest, Rex. You've earned it. Ugh. Grave mistake. This one's grotesque. It's a title card of a cartoon. Grave mistake. Rex's first cartoon to feature Bucky. In it, Bucky gets buried alive and tries escaping. You were born messed up. I wish I could be buried too. You were probably none too happy to hear my title for the first episode, huh? We can hide in here. Like it's Metal Gear Solid or something. Does that mean the others can be here as well?
A man named Rex was brought into the world. Born into a family that was relatively poor, he always strived to create. It was always his dream to become an artist.
All the way back there. It's always baffling the things you choose to show me, and the things you choose to don't show me. It looks almost like an ice flow down here. Or crystals. We did hear something about crystals earlier. Through here. Howdy. Where are we? The smell's atrocious. We should leave. We should save, yeah. Yeah, and what that means is that there's two different ones, the grassy area and this. That's 4923, so we're back here now. And we can save, but we can also take this opportunity to go fail Walter's minigame. What happens if we jump in the water here? Just straight back. Even if we manage to... Okay, that counts as a solid wall. And the 1 p.m. is holding. This world in stasis is starting to benefit us. Look. There's ovens appearing in this level now. And we've got to deal with them. Oh, there's no way to do this, though. We're gonna fail every time. Can we not do them all? I mean, they're everywhere. I mean, I suppose we can always still try. My failures are starting to bleed over. But does it even matter? There's more detonating, but it doesn't sound like it's failing me. We just kind of have to live with the sounds. Hey, look at that. I was moving without the hook getting me. Maybe it's because the tutorial was still up? Alright, next time will be time 3. Your dialogue is always the same. Hello? You're just skipping past all of these, aren't you? You're as inconsiderate as I remember. The thing we've noticed is that, with the possible exception of Olive, none of our friends are really friends. I mean, you just kind of like vaguely don't care for us, and Giovanni is outright hostile. Oh, and I didn't even have a choice. But yeah, no, there is unmistakably blood. I think I got this one earlier. I got this one last time because this is the only one that can actually get annoying because of the inverted controls. Wait, but I never checked the other door. There it is. Okay, wait, hang on. But it's important that we step away a little bit. Otherwise, it'll slowly go into the cutscene, which was there because it knows you'll be alt-tabbed out. Oops, I accidentally opened the door, so I guess we're doing this now. No music, just an ethereal sound wave. Like a drone and a ghostly scratching. One of Stumbler's easels, like somebody was just here. But I can't turn the camera at all. There's a lot to explore here, but the common denominator is that there's always a golden Bucky statue. I just heard what distinctly sounded like a breath in my right ear. I really hope that shows up on recording. Speaking of recording, the label says code is RXBC. So I don't know what to do with that for now. First of all, let's check any walls that end in a dead end. But also let's see what the deal is with you. You've taken some form in each of these areas. These trees can't be slapped down. Congrats, Wolf. It's a photo of the Wolf Chief. Congratulations on the migration. I know times have been hard lately. Broadside's influence is very heavy up there. Enjoy a life of luxury, Chief Wolf. It's Chief Wolf recognizing the company directly. Other than that, it just looks like a bunch of assets have been dumped in here. Oh no. Horns, what did they do to you? Wolf, what did they do to you? I hope you're just asleep. This is that poster, the one that they made a big deal of in the secret document. And in the vacation video. It looks like Walter. Strange. Come meet Bucky's right-hand man, Walter Walrus. Frontier Street at 6 to 8 p.m., Tuesday and Friday. Only at Studiogrounds, copyright Broadside 1996. Why is that so strange? We have no reflection here. We always did before, but now we don't. It's a note about obelisks. Today, me and Liz were listening to music. Suddenly, the song changed, and a loud rumbling was heard. 3 large obelisks began to rise from the water. Golden statues of the 3 pure souls rested on top. Our friends? Now we have a reflection. What changed? This reflection is also behaving extremely strangely. And the gate is open. If we get in that boat, I wonder if we can sail it. But before we do that, there was another door here that we did not check. Liz. Liz, that name, we've known that since the beginning. It's on this portrait. These are the 3 pure souls upon the obelisk. Looks like a bunny and 2 others. Wait. Oh, wait, it's a bunny. Potentially, it's Chief Wolf. And a 3rd. RXBC. Hate Mark. Mark Mullins? There are so many things we need to keep in mind. What's that out there? That looks like a pillar sticking up out of the water. And here's this connection. If we get in here, we can't steer it, but it will move on its own. Only really across the way, though. It's not like we didn't have another means. Look, though, there's a door leading to a red button. If we can figure out how to get there, that'd be a big deal. So wait, I don't know if I'll be able to do it this way, though. Doing this off of corners is not the easiest thing. Never tried this one. Oh no. The storage room for our Silvertech brand computers. There's a button in this closet. Can we turn the lights on? In fact, we can. It watched us come in. You're showing us a hidden spot. We can actually see a glitching texture. There's also, there's something displaying on the purple screen. It looks sort of like the Bucky suit. Well, the more time goes on, the more hesitant I am to call it a suit. This does get us to here, and the boat is reset. Let's try it. Let's, just in case it's necessary, try jumping off of this corner here. No. I can already see the glitching textures. If I get off, you'll start moving back on your own. There we go. We are in. But this is only here to allow us to see what we're doing. It's weird, like, the wall physically moves away, as if it were a cutaway, but it doesn't behave like a cutaway. That little village is enclosed but populated. Oh, great. This has to do with what's down there, doesn't it? You guys look like you're looking up at me. And you're looking down at me. Anyway, I feel like this is where I should walk you guys through my thought process for when and how to use Google. Because this is something I've honed over time, and I find that it makes things a lot more enjoyable, both from a Let's Play perspective and from just a regular gameplay perspective. See, I could probably figure out, using like the wiki or something, roughly what this area is called and Google that keypad and get a 4-digit number. But what's better, I think, is to find just the right information, just enough information that you can kind of make that little leap yourself. And based on what we know, we got that string of numbers, which I still have in Notepad. We saw that the code is RXBC. And I read something when I looked this up, and it is kind of an art managing to look at a page that has a lot of information and retain just that little sliver that you need without knowing what any of it is. But I've gotten pretty good at it. And basically what it led me to think of was treating it like the Mozart ciphers. So if one of the parts of the code was the letter E, we needed to count a number for how many times the note E appears in that string of music. RXBC, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. Next is X. 2. B. 2. C, 1, 2, 3, 4. 6, 2, 2, 4. Yes! Oh my god. Stand by. Who's this Romeo guy is the achievement we got. See, that's the thing. When you Google that way, you feel kind of proud for even thinking of the idea. It doesn't feel like you're totally just spoiling the experience for yourself. Off we go. And now we have access to the button. I'm not controlling this. You're the third. The one that brings us to the barge in the volcano level. Were you there before? You guys have become something of watchers. I mean, we saw you on top of Walter's level, in like the actual level. We also saw 2 of you when we went through that doorway. Okay, I'm seeing holes in the side there, which we can probably get up to if we go... Okay, I think we're gonna have to do some platforming to make this work. Okay, if we get a nice running jump... Nope, oh my god. This is gonna be hard. There we go. There's a door. It just goes down and down. I'm tempted to enter this column of water, but that seems like it might be unwise, at least at this moment. Stumbler and Wolf, BFFs. And Bucky and Olive. So I wonder, where does this evil originate from? Does it originate from Cogware's side or Broadside? Maybe they both had a hand. What did that do? Can't get behind this golden screen. It's playing some different sounds. Oh, that opened the gate. And this is how we make it through.
Stop it!
But
Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it!
it's like you know I'm coming. If we put in what's on the signs to the Beaver Scratch translator, it says layer room. On a final attempt, you'll just stay back staring at the wall. What happens if we bring up the mirror while you're like this? Now you are following me. We've already seen Olivia's stuff, so I'm gonna get through this fairly quickly, but there may be certain things we're better equipped to handle now. Okay, all of these are open now. I'm not sure if that makes any difference or not. All I know is that we'll have to be heading down after this. If we chase you down, we really can't, but you'll run through the door. Last time I didn't know what you were. I was surprised when I slowed down the footage and saw you. Each of these doors is open now. That's what it was. Each one, as I suspected, was represented by a different friend. A different friend failed. Okay, we'll do all of Olive's stuff first. I just realized something by putting the camera here. I'm sorry we have to have Olivia's nightmare face there, but not only does she line up with her representation drawn on the wall, I can actually more clearly see now this is a dev window. A dev window for the game itself. So we've done left, now we can do right. Oh no. I've spent so much time retreading old ground, I'm unprepared when I get into new stuff. Lots of hiding places. For us and for them, we need to watch out for movement. I've been told they're down here. But that's all. Okay, it's one of those really annoying things where I'm gonna have to not do these in order. So that'll be 8, 3, 8, 9. That did something somewhere. Okay, now we gotta put that in. That one says devlog Mark. Mark Mullins.
Hearts and souls into it. But is that even enough? His standards must be set astronomically high. Plus, after the thing I found, I just gotta be honest.
I feel so much less safe around that man.
Less safe around who? So we've got a perfectionist on the project. And somebody who's entirely tired of their crap. Hey there, I had at first interpreted those reflections as a bunch of little eyes staring at me from through the window. Turns out it was no eyes. More of these little model houses. You're not what it's trying to show me. In fact, we did watch you earlier, so it doesn't even matter at this point. I am starting to be impressed by its relative connectivity for how difficult everything is to find in the first place, though. I mean, there are redundancies here to prevent you from getting stuck. And yes, I did see that tape back there. Alright. Devlog progress.
Okay, as of today, the beige, park, and hull are all complete. Even got Olive in here. Just need to set up her teleport once we have the minigames completed. Oh, it's March, by the way, 96. Sorry, I'm just kind of excited. Why am I sorry today? Today's a good day. Anyways, everything is going smoothly, I think. Liz needs to get back to me with Walter's Mall, plus his head texture, but it's smooth sailing, I guess you could say. I think I've patched the noble bugs, too. Even the one Harry found in the hole, where you get soft-locked behind the bed. How did he even do that? I'm planning to talk to Mark later. I can't wait to show him the progress. I think it's gonna go great. We'll have to see, though. That's all. Signing off for tonight.
The hole or the hall where you get soft-locked behind the bed. We'll keep that in mind. Giving me 1,000,001 hiding spots makes me think there's something to hide from. And that there won't be much time to avoid it. Who are you?
Hello, we are not available now. Please leave your name and phone number after the beep. We will return your call.
He showed up at the door again. I don't know what to do. Something about us just felt wrong.
It's like when we're in all the darkest and most obscure areas, we can see the game dreaming to itself about the worst parts of it. This whole place is a maze. And we've just come out of it. Gate control. Hey there, you. Another watcher. If it's anything like before, we're gonna have to find a number of these things. 2 out of 3. So that means there's just one more. I don't like the look of that thing that looks like a face, but not quite. You know, this game knows how to effectively use low resolution, poor quality. Oh, there's something back here. One. The other that we got was 3. I might have to put these in Vegas and stitch them together. Hang on, I'm gonna download these. Okay, 1 and 3 are downloaded. Not much point in trying to mess with those, though, until we've got all 3. And I suspect the last one will be behind the last door. But we're still missing a button. Hey, I do not like being up in your face like this. And I'm sure you don't appreciate it either. There is a door there. I'm literally just scrolling the comments trying to figure out what we do with this video, and somebody said Mount Pinatubo, which I guess is a real thing, its last eruption was in 1991. There's a keypad over here, so let's try that. This is one of those things that, like, okay, well, I would never, ever have figured that out. That's such a huge leap. If that is indeed the case. It is. And there's our final button. And you have 2 gates solely for the purpose of making this feel more agonizing. I keep expecting things around the corner. You've warned us of something lurking here, and we haven't seen it yet. The gate opens. We can go through. We can go through. And we can't go for that 3rd door now. We just can't. Okay, I guess we're locked in. You know, it's only now I realize this game is effectively doing the back rooms. You're pointing down and to the left. A helping nub. It's Stumbler's channel. Okay, then that ruins it. Deeper than you think, indeed. Okay. Let's start having a look. There's all...
I really bad incident. Vote helping will need your help.
Stay out of the way.
Bucky, I really bad incident. Vote helping will need your help.
Oh my god, it's you! Did I catch you off guard? Yes. Yes. Also, let me get out the red pen and correct your... Never mind. You're the bane of my existence, friend. Like, really? Really? You got us thrown in a cell? What is wrong with you? Look, two options. Either we use the respawn button and go home, or you find a way to break us out. I'm not using my buck teeth to chew through the bars, so don't ask about that. I wasn't gonna bring it up until you did. Oh, right here. We were just looking here. God, I thought it was glitching out. I thought it was doing that same thing as before, and then I just as I started to realize it was directional, there was that thing, and it's in such a shape that it took me a second to process, and by then it was too late. This game, it always earns it. It let us think about these enemies, about this jail for a long time before we got here, and you don't look too happy with me. Thankfully, we've got a code. It's a note from Cogware 15. I guess I'm writing this more for, don't know, relief? Peace of mind? Hard to say, really. All I know is this is gonna stick with me. Something else is out there. Your mere presence is deeply unpleasant. No. Oh no, the one you gave me, it just straight up works. Well, not that it much matters now. Get in there. Look at you! You're like a more realistic model. More like the suits, but you're glitchy. You're like clipping. Let it be known, friend. I hate you. Genuinely. Remember when I asked you to take me home? Yeah, that. Whatever happened to that? Why am I even calling you that? You're not my friend. I don't even know you. Just keep going. I don't care anymore. God, the way we came. Save. You know, even outside of respawning, I could always Alt F4 and respawn at these places. We also have a bit of an advantage in being able to do this. It's a note from Cogware 10. Fiction. It's all rooted in fiction. It's a miraculous recovery that boy had. Near-death experience, yet he's back in the park. The one who shot the video, maybe? It was a cover story. The crystals. Cogware 13. There is footage of the... There is footage of the murders. Workstation code.
Hello, future Stumbler. It's me, past Stumbler. I have the code. Going forward, if you ever need to turn on the workstations, the code is 1997. The year when all went wrong. Alright, that's all. Toodles! You look great today, by the way.
You truly are one of the pure souls. Hello? Hello? I can't interact with it. Is that a bug? You never know with this friggin' game. Let's have a look at the helping nub channel. The sewer, the hotel map, there's all kinds of things. Noises to fear, monster idol. Drawing a cat. How to say goodbye. Hello, Mark. So, this is it. I know it's gonna be hard to say goodbye. But I know you. You're a strong man, Mark. The world out there is cruel. I've been cruel to you too. But it'll get better. Just have faith, okay? It'll get better. It will get better. I don't even know what to begin to make of this. But we can learn how to draw a cat.
Hiya, friends. Stumbler here again, and today I'm gonna be drawing a cat. Okay, I'm just gonna. There's gotta be a better way of doing this. I mean, that looks circular enough. We're just gonna... Okay, next one. I mean, it looks alright. Needs a face, though. Big old nose. Eyes. And a mouth. There we go. Oh, it looks like a car. Oh, this is stupid. I'm not doing this anymore. Toodles.
That is oddly realistic dialogue. I guess it's just one of those ways that your characters have taken on a life of their own, and it seems like that may have even extended into physical forms. Question is, which came first? I think to learn about that, we're going to have to learn more about this Rex, and more about Broadside Studios. I will say, though, Stumbler, you did a better job of that than I could do with arms. Alright, I'm running out of time, but I think I'm going to continue exploring this and we'll just see how far we manage to get. It's a representation of the art gallery. Wait, yellow 4. Yellow is 4. And purple is 6. Yes, okay. No, this is what Stumbler was talking about on the site. And we found another secret. Optimist. Oh no. Each of them has a distinct sound. Alright, let's listen to Optimus now that you're gone.
Hello, Liz here again. I wanted to keep track of where we are right now. The other day, Mark took myself and the rest of our team out for coffee. It was pretty nice, but it was also somewhat unnerving. It was probably the first time through this whole adventure that the reality of my situation sunk in for me. Like, that's the CEO of Broadside Animation Studios. A massive animation titan in the industry is just here, waiting for our team to help it. That's genuinely such a crazy thought. But if he enjoys our game, that's going to be life-changing. It's just a lot, honestly. But it's okay. I think we'll all be enjoying our time on Easy Street once we've shown Mark the game. Anyways, that's all. Toodles.
And all this ends with hate Mark. Not necessarily Stumbler's position, though. Cogware 9. For Studiogrounds, they owned an entire island. And on that island, at the very least, there were 3 deaths. 3 deaths and no news coverage? Why? I don't know, but it seems like it's not just the characters. The location the game takes place in has real inspiration. I would have to organize these, but now I'm just reading them as I go. Oh, and it gets worse. So much worse. Not only have guests died, but employees have too. Okay, we can hide up here, drop down if need be. Yeah, no, that's something's up. These, I can't use them. Oh, come on. Why are you so selective about when you'll actually grab onto things? You'll grab onto a solid wall, but sometimes you won't climb up here. There's a bunch of these golden screens everywhere. None of their keypads accessible. Okay, you're probably gonna take me to YouTube. It's very important that we pause. It actually started me off midway through. Elizabeth Baker, 1996, Liz. Those last 4 notes especially are nice. Okay, so it's another Mozart. Thing is, look, they're flashing colors. It's gonna be hard to even tell which are the last 4. Blue, red, blue, green. Blue, red, blue, green? Cogware 4. Folders dedicated to old cartoons. But not just that. Cover-ups, too. Every slip of the mask was justified. Their goodwill was rooted in fiction. So it does start from the animation studio, not Cogware. Cogware got caught up in this. Hello, weird blue room. Cogware 5. Controversies on Bullet End were silenced. Any bad blood the company had silently fizzled out. This folder contained documents of these lies, created only to keep their stories straight. I wonder if the developers themselves figured all this out on their own. It's printed out email. Hey Liz, I saw your crystal video. And it's cool to see those in action. Those last 4 notes are kinda nostalgic to me. It's Mary Had a Little Lamb. Alright, what did I have for that? I had 3839. Oh, and that's all there is to it, okay. Cogware 6. It goes beyond public issues, though. People have died at their parks. And you think it's bad now? Get this. We're back in the dining area, but it's like a deeper version of the dining area. This whole thing is literally deeper than you think. Cogware 7. A little girl was crushed in the squirrel cruise. Quite literally. Head caught between the track and the boat. I saw the pictures. It's as bad as you think. How does that happen, though? Did you miss me? Yellow, purple, blue, green. Hang on. Yellow, purple, blue, green. So that'll be 4, 6, 3, 9. Look at that, there's a clock on the wall. There we go. Hey, Olivia. Oh my God! Did something actually get me or what? Is this supposed to be where the game was developed? The Cogware offices themselves.
Please leave your name and phone number after the beep. We will return your call.
It's 7 o'clock.
Showed up at the door again. I don't know what to do. Something about us was so wrong.
Hello, we are not available now. Please leave your name and phone number after the beep. We will return your call.
Connor? Hello? Look, you're going to have to answer me soon enough. I went in today because despite the stress of this job, all of the work I'd spent the last year on being put to waste, and all of us being taken off of our payroll, I wanted to check in and see if you were there. But not only do I walk in and see you're gone, but so is half of the equipment. What are you doing? Call me back when you hear this. We really need to talk about this.
the project was canceled. Not only was it canceled, the company disbanded all of a sudden, and yet it made it to the shelves in the first place. I gotta say, the way this story is unfolding is incredibly unique. I mean, we're just having it drip-fed to us little by little. And yet, no matter what order we do things in, it's so illuminating every time, because it makes you recontextualize everything you thought you already knew. Code is DECD. DCD. If I can just figure out how to get over there. It would probably be down on the left somewhere. Oh, there's a basement. There's a sublevel. Of course there is. This looks like someplace we can place parts. Rotting. Okay, brace yourselves for this one.
I decided that for a good chunk of the fourth layer of skin to the game, I wanted to add a bit of my own flair. So I migrated the files from our convention demo into the game. When people fight it, it'll be like they're seeing our history, seeing what was corrupted by corporate suit and Thai fuckwits. Mark Mole.
Stepping on your vision. Cogware 1. I was at the offices last night. I'd brought a drive with me. It contained our presentation for Broadside. I didn't grab that drive on the way out. Interesting that Mark, not you, was one of the first people we heard from. Log 2.
I just looked at the numbers. Fuck! Our entire brand's been going down the drain. The stocks, I've never seen stocks get this fucking low. And we're still bringing people on. We're still expanding. At this point, what the fuck's a layoff gonna do? It'll sink us further into the shit! Okay, you know that the best option. I think the best option we've got. I've been it's been going in my head for like the past 5 fucking hours now. The best option we got is to cut the game studio we've hired. Okay, you know, we've been basically dumping money into their pockets, and I don't know what exactly they're making. I haven't heard from them in months. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna schedule a meeting with them. Okay, and if they don't have exactly what they've promised, we cut them off. It would save our asses in the long run. It'd probably give us a fighting chance. It's... God, fuck. You know what? I just realized I'm throwing the exact same amount of money I'm paying for Harley's medical bills into this fucking game studio! You know what? I'll figure it out.
There's an open sky down here in the basement, but this thing is essentially the convergence of two companies, neither of which seems to fully understand what's going on. They were actually, it seems, fairly hands-off to this point. Oh, whoever you are, please just go. Oh, I see you over there. Yeah, hi. How's it going? Alright. That's gonna happen. This takes us here. It tells us about layer 3. but I don't think that particularly matters right now. Cogware 2. When I slid my drive into the slot, nothing I included was there, but instead, a branching web of folders, the contents of which were repulsive. Once more, we're getting things in pieces, and I am starting to run low on time. Every time I sit down to this, I'm here for like 3 or more hours. Many different folders, so many names, so many labels, so many mistakes. It's sickening. And which of those mistakes you consider to be the most offensive, I guess, depends on what you think the sin here is, really. It's like a toxic waste room. Cover 11. It gets much worse, though. On that drive, photos of bodies. 4 in total. Very heavy blacks and whites. This wasn't the original image. It was a copy. The fact that these images are photocopied, to me at least, means that people shared images of dead people. Oh, and you want to know what else? I don't know, man. I'm just grabbing these as I go. We can get up here. Cogware 14. I want more than anything to say what I found, yet I can't. It'd ruin us. These guys are our only paying clients in years. Hate this. Oddly enough, the profanity in this is more jarring than the violence. DECD. Five, 6, 2, 5. No? Okay, like every time I Google sheet music, I end up getting a million different answers for what I'm looking for actually is. And that was correct. I will say something I did find, though. I did find a Reddit account helping some people out under the name A Helping Nub. Stumbler seems to be the one that's aware of the time that's passed, and it seems his methods for helping people uncover this has modernized. Turn on all workstations? Oh my god. Well, here we are. Oh no. This one? Oh my god. We have 10 minutes. And are those things still around? I'm gonna take that as a yes. No. Oh my god. Save now. Save now. What happens if we lose? Oh my god. 9, 7. It feels like a long time, but it's not. It's really not. 9, 7. There's more. No. These things are not the easiest to manipulate on a controller. No. I've already got this. I don't even remember how many it said. We're just gonna have to be thorough. Spring this on me at the push of a button. I swear the whole place has come alive. At least from the sound of it. You're there. They're still out. They're still out. All of them are. No. Down here. Only 8 of them. We don't have a lot of time. They're taking entirely too long. There. See you over there! Stop that! Can you not see I'm doing stuff? Oh my god! Hey, Olive. Put me back where I was. What happens to the time limit? Alright. 997. One 997. The game can be paused now. You guys are all already on. Nine and 7. There's still 6 left. I don't know where to look. Oh, there's one. 7. There's one here. 7. 3 left. 3 left. There's one. Dude, how do I even know what's where? How do I even know what's there? Stop it, please. Don't have to tell me twice. Oh my god. You're carrying a pipe through your shoulder. There's one. Oh my god, come on! No, it's not that one. Okay, then I have no idea. I have no idea where the last one is. And there's no time left. Oh, you're so fast. And you can get me anyway. Yeah, dude, I don't know. I don't know what you want me to do. I've looked everywhere. And we lost. So, wait, that's it? But either way, again, you're not telling me... I don't know where to find all these things. There's one missing somewhere. Okay, I just watched you spawn in. Just watched you spawn in, bud. Hey. Oh my god. This went from scary to annoying really fast. Hey, what happened? Game? Hi. Hi! Oh my god! It's like having your headphones yanked. Hey bud, you spawned in the way. I've taken my headphones off. Oh, hey, wait. I put my headphones back on because I was making my ears bleed. Friend, can we stop for a second? Just need to relax. We can check out the door when you're ready. Okay, I'll grant you this. But I can still hear them out there.
I really bad at helping your help.
Stay out of the wall, Jack.
Bucky, I really bad at helping your help.
Stay out of the wall, Jack.
Okay. Is this enough relaxation for you? I'll be honest, I'm almost more impressed if that doesn't really mean anything. Yes, I know! My god! It just never stops. What now? Hey, bud! Oh, you made me put my headphones back on just in time to make me deaf again. Alright, see you next time. We're playing music, but what does that mean? If it didn't open the gate, then what does that do for us? Any change in the musical crystals? Well, there's something. Where do we take this? I'd really like to have that forest vision. Okay, we can't drop down with this. We just can't drop down with it. Hi, you spawned right there, so there's nothing I can do about you. Sure would be nice. Okay, I guess I just die. I guess I just die after another loud noise. Thank you. We die carrying it. Oh, that makes sense. Okay, so there's a bunch of these things around now. We just gotta find them. But where are the rest then? There's another battery over here. I'm hoping for you to kill me, not kill me. Kill me, because that'll teleport me back to the thing at the cost of my eardrums. Okay, now we're back here and closer to the basement. Probably not great for your horror game when your segment is so tedious that I would rather die than try to hide or evade you because it's faster and easier. Of course, you could always counteract that by just spawning stuff in front of me. And you can't drop down with it. Why? That is so arbitrary. There's a second one. You know what? Headphones off again, because we're gonna be doing this for a bit. Hey, here's the last thing after forever looking for it. Hi! Get banished, noob. Oh my god. Olivia, Gary, Nathan. I think the computer's done. Let's put some kind of files somewhere. Look around and then we can go to the gate. Files where? God, they're still out there. Okay, I checked my desktop, my downloads, and the actual game folder. But people are saying to go back to the basement. Oh my god, they're everywhere. It's gonna be such a long video. Down there. There we go. Hang on, wait, pause. Hello, friends. It appears you have found something important. Now, if you want to see this very, very important thing, all you gotta do is click me. Warm regards, E.B. Cogware. Alright, everyone brace. Oh, there you are, downloading the files, for real this time. 3. There's so much here. In fact, look. There's even, like, model files. Dare I look at the... A real person. Extremely 90s low res, but a real person. A real face. Okay, we've just gotten our next treasure trove, but going through it, I think, for all the time I've been recording, is gonna have to wait until next time. Whoa. What is this place? This edited down more than I thought I would, so we are going to take a look at this right now in this part. Olivia. It's her eyes, her facial expressions. The characters are all separate, and yet they're attached to the actress's name and face. Every version of her face.
I'll meet you at the store so we can head out. Bucky, hey! So, I was asked just to work off the damages the crash caused to the island. I have to go out and grab coconuts, but I've looked all over and can't find any. Think you can help?
Perfect! There's unused lines here. This is the photo from the meet and greet. I would have to find a program or like Blender or something to open these model files in. Footage.
Hello, we are not available now. Please.
This is her last call. It's what was projected on the screen. Okay, there's a text file that says events. Olivia Finch was found at the bottom of the lake right outside the cabins at Broadside Beach's staff quarters. When located, she appeared to be waterlogged. It looked like something out of a horror movie, said Hillary Stocks, her cabin mate. There was a long trail of blood, leading all the way from the window of Olivia's cabin to the lake at which she was found. We heard this earlier.
Hello, we are not available now. Please leave your name and phone number after the beep. We will return your call.
Hello, this is Olivia Finch. I'd like to please submit a complaint. Anonymously, please. Brandon has been showing up every night to my residence. Brandon Lester, you know, the other costume guy? He just walks by, still wearing the suit, sometimes just placing his hand on a window. Other times, he'd grab the sliding glass door, jiggle the handle around, like he wanted in. I'll let the dead eyes of that stupid costume stare back at me. Last night, though, is the reason I'm doing this. Brandon walked over and just began to slam his head against the door. I don't know why, but it kept me up for the several hours this went on. He only left it around 4 a.m, stumbling away, leaving a gross stain all over the window. Please, just deal with him. I can't afford to keep losing sleep.
This Brandon was terrorizing her wearing the Bucky suit. I was so confused when that was what we saw on the last call projection. But that explains it. That explains why she wasn't more freaked out about that fact. I'm thinking we're going to have to look at the credits again, because we've learned a lot of names and we've attached context to a lot of names that we might not have had before.
Hello, we are not available now. Please leave your name and phone number after the beep. We will return your call.
He showed up at the door again.
Okay, this is,
I don't know what to do.
Number after the beep. We will return your call.
But there may be more.
I don't know what to do. Something about him just felt wrong.
Hello, we are not available now. Please leave your name and phone number after the beep. We will return your call.
I think whatever's going on here comes down to more than just Brandon. Well, let's start looking at these other two, these two that we don't know, starting with Gary. ID photo? Oh my god. That's your final fate. That's the face we saw on the screen that was pushed towards the wall in the dark. Look, I had come to a theory by the end of this, that the reason this game still came out is because of the Cogware dev becoming aware of all this information, and maybe hiding the stuff within the game and publishing it as a means to get that info out there before it was swiftly pulled. Now I'm starting to think there's even more to it than that, maybe. Textures. A pair of sideways eyes. This is attached to Giovanni, though.
It was a bright, sunny day, and Bucky was setting up his local fish shop down by the local market. It was a humble little shop, selling various fish he and Olive had caught on their various trips. That's when Bucky looked to his left and he saw them. It was Giovanni Goose, world-renowned chef, and, by Bucky's luck, Giovanni had set up right next to him. Suddenly, everyone was lining up to buy fish from Giovanni, leaving no one to get any from Bucky. Bucky had sighed, peeking over the booth, watching as Giovanni made his fish. He would dip them into the deep fryer. They looked so delicious. The breading, the fish themselves. Then, compared to Bucky's flame-cooked fish, the competition was not in his favor. That's when Bucky got an idea. He thought to himself, hey, Giovanni may be making his fish with fryers and various spices, but mine are made with love. Bucky began jotting down a new sign, putting it up on his counter. A nice sign that said, made with love.
You know what? I don't want to admit I'm wrong. You were right, Bucky. No, do starting them with love was the right way to go. I feel like I judged you too hard, Bucky. Really, I do. I've always been very strict on you. I'm fully aware. Part of it is because I hate you, but the other part, I really care about you. I don't want to see you go down the path that many others do. I want you to be the best you that you possibly can. That's why I'm so hard on you all the time. I hope you know that.
I'm not gonna lie to you, I hardly understood a word. But it's like, it was a narration of an old Bucky cartoon, and it's almost like he just took over himself by the end of it. Actually, it sounds like the voice that came out of the suit. But it's gotta relate to this, right? That's one way to deal with the competition. Alright. Finally, Nathan. The extent of his injuries, like a morgue chart. We attribute another face to a story. This one was Walter Walrus. A texture file containing just one of his eyes. I hate you, Mark. Are you maybe the one who left behind the chalkboard? Yes, it makes sense, because the chalkboard was in your world. How many of you hiding down in the comments after that last silence? How many of you lowered the volume slider? How many of you turned it off entirely? Well, I guess you probably put it back or you can't hear me saying this, but I must say, the way this game is getting its story across, it's... I don't want to say it this way, but it's the only way I can put it. It's so realistic. It is so convincingly a piece of lost media because it doesn't come across as something that's trying to be deliberately scary. It feels like something that's been arranged in order to be found. Last episode I said it felt like something that doesn't want to be found, but that couldn't be further from the truth. It feels like something that is there for those who will stick with it, like it really is a hidden message, not just a haunted game. And I want to point out something else that is actually kind of brilliant the more I think about it. I had talked about how it's a really annoying hurdle that you have to fail a minigame 3 times in order to really make any progress in the story. But who fails a minigame like that 3 times? A child. The game's target audience. And that would explain why it took 3 days before the complaints started flooding in. because those kids, after growing frustrated, after growing tired of not being able to progress, would have been the first to see this. So, Stumbler, Chief Wolf, and JD. I'm not done mining the world we have, and I don't want to restart it right now, so that'll be next time, but I do want to start new and just see if we can possibly beat that volcano minigame, maybe in the 23 version first. But before we do that, I figured this would be a good time to go check on that secret we unlocked. Hello? Can I enter? Thank you. I don't have the controller plugged in, so I'm not used to this. This gallery is still not open. Stumbler O'Hare with your ripped arms. Here it is, Bucky Beaver in Grave Mistake, old cartoon frame. I think in order to really understand what's going on here, we need to go all the way back to Rex, who we only just learned about, but is definitely an important figure here as Bucky's creator. Cogware ultimately were the ones who put out the game, but that may have just been their way of delivering the message that they found. Meanwhile, Broadside definitely knew more than they claimed, but not everything. Alright. Well, the answers to this and many more things are gonna have to wait until we re-explore the area that we found in the next one. Until then, if you like this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more creepy and comfy content. If you have any ideas for other videos you think I should do, the best place to suggest that will be at the Discord, which I will link in the description. If you want to try this game out for yourself, that link will also be in the description. If you want to support me on Patreon, that link will be in the description. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. Hey, I just realized something. Look, it says Liz B, but in the top left, there's more cut off signature.